Hey, good evening, South Mississippi. Chief Meteorologist Eric Jeansonne here. The quick update on the forecast. It's going to be a chilly night across South Mississippi, but temperatures have already fallen into the 30s in most locations right now. Just Bay St. Louis and Biloxi at Keesler reporting temperatures in the 40s. So as we go throughout tonight, most of us getting close to freezing, maybe a little bit below freezing in some spots. Notice Trent Lott and Moss Point, we're already sitting at 32 degrees, so it's already freezing. It's pretty typical, though, for central and southeastern Jackson County to be a little bit colder than surrounding areas. That's because of the Pascagoula River drainage basin. That cold air is very dense, and it drains into those lower lying areas along the river basin or the drainage basin, and you get this pooling of colder air in that region. So that's why a lot of times, like Goche and Escatapa, Moss Point, those temperatures tend to be sometimes 5 to 10 degrees colder than surrounding areas. Now, looking at the rest of the area, notice Lyman's already up to 36 or down to 36. Perkinston's already sitting at 34 degrees. So looking outside tonight on the Hancock Whitney Bank Tower Cam in Gulfport, it's pretty quiet out there. It's 37 degrees at the airport now. Our dew point sitting at 32, so temperatures aren't expected to fall too much overnight tonight. Temperatures aren't going to fall below the dew point, so as long as the dew point is in the low 30s, most of us will fall into the low 30s. There could be some patchy frost across the region tomorrow morning, especially with these clear skies that we're seeing. Looking at the satellite and radar, just a few high clouds mainly to our north and to our east this evening. So a cold start tomorrow morning, but here's the thing, it is going to warm up, and it's going to warm up a lot. We're looking at a perhaps 30 to 35 degree temperature swing tomorrow from the 30s in the morning, and by the afternoon tomorrow, some of us could be working our way into the low 70s with plenty of sunshine. And it's going to be thanks to a westerly wind tomorrow. A west wind is usually a warming wind for us. The reason for that is because if you have a wind from the west, you are blowing air from that is over land into South Mississippi. So air over land is going to heat up a lot faster versus air over water. So if we had a southerly wind tomorrow, that wind is predominantly coming off the water. That would blow in a slightly cooler temperature, kind of blow in the marine layer and keep us cooler. But since we have a west wind tomorrow, it is going to advect or push warmer air into our region. So looking at the low temperatures for tomorrow morning, some areas getting down to freezing, and maybe a few spots briefly in the upper 20s if we can get enough radiational cooling. But look at the high temperatures tomorrow afternoon. Most of us warming into the upper 60s to low 70s. It's going to be pretty nice. So really a spring-like day for your Friday. Now, as we go into the weekend looks dry. We're not worried about any rain over the weekend, so that's great, and that's great news for any parades happening. There's a ton of parades happening this weekend. Go to GulfCoastWeekend.com. That's where all the parades are listed. That's where you could find the times and the places and all that good stuff that you need to know in order to see the parade. But as far as the weather goes, so we are going to see a slight little cool down as we go into Saturday compared to Friday. High temperatures on Friday in the 70s. On Saturday, our high temperatures a few degrees cooler into the 60s with more of a northerly wind. We're going to see a weak front push on in Friday night and a Saturday morning. So Saturday and Sunday morning, some cold starts, but some nice seasonably warm afternoon temperatures. We should be in the low 60s for highs, and that's about where we'll see as we go into Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, low breezy north wind at times, but overall, as far as parade weather is concerned, it's looking pretty good. Maybe a long sleeve, or maybe dress in layers if you get hot in the sun. You know, just take off your jacket or whatever. High temperatures as we go into next week. We are going to see that warming trend continue into next week. High temperatures generally in the low 70s along the coast. And for areas further inland as we go into next week, we're looking at high temperatures generally in the mid to upper 70s. So some spots could be close to 80 degrees by the middle of next week. So if you're a fan of the warm weather, well, looks like next week is going to be your week. 7-day forecast, it looks like this again. Warmer tomorrow afternoon in the 70s, slightly cooler as we go into Saturday, but still nice. Sunday we start to warm back up, and then early next week 70s look more likely to be on the coast and for inland locations.